I am Commissioner Rachelle Chong of the California Public Utilities Commission, and I also, in the mid-90s, was a commissioner of the Federal Communications Commission. Well, California has a very comprehensive broadband program already that we started in 2006, and so we have been actively asked by some of the federal agencies that are working on the broadband programs to help them as they're thinking through how to gather criteria and how to go about implementing the programs. One of the first things I did when I was looking at broadband is we went out and did a visit with Connected Nation in Kentucky. They were Connect Kentucky back then. And one of the things that struck me was the importance of the mapping that they had done in Kentucky to really know where the unserved and the unserved areas were. So when we went back, the very first thing the governor's broadband task force did in 2006 was to do a mapping project. It took us, I'd say, about 7 months. It took me about 4 months to get the companies to voluntarily agree to give their broadband data to an independent, neutral third party who then aggregated the broadband data. And then we had a GIS mapping person in one of the state agencies actually map it. And it took him, I'd say, about 3 or 4 months. And he was doing it nights and weekends because this wasn't his core job. So we got it done, though, in 7 months. And what really struck me is that I don't think we would have spent the money as wisely as we have on our infrastructure program if we had not done the mapping first to really hone down on where were the unserved areas and where were the underserved areas. In fact, I would tell you that the broadband providers themselves were surprised by what the map showed. I'm not sure they knew. Well, we not only did access to broadband, which is putting the pipes in, but we also, at the same time, did a program which is working on particularly the affordability and the adoption piece. So what the Broadband Task Force also found out is about 65% of Californians have broadband at home, but 35% don't. And so we had a survey done by PPIC to find out why people didn't take broadband at home. And among the reasons, not surprisingly, was affordability. They were confused by the technology, didn't know how to use it, or they were not interested in the internet, thinking it wasn't really relevant to their life. So part of what we have done in California is a separate project called the Emerging Technology Fund. And they have gone out into the community, taken community-based organizations who are already doing technology-type programs, and we've asked these groups to ramp up their program to either expand it or to do it in a different place, to make it better. And we funded them about 20 million in grants so far. And so these folks are doing community technology centers in very urban, disadvantaged neighborhoods, for example. They might be doing computer refurbishing programs to bring $100 to $200 computers to low-income communities, or they may be training seniors in a senior center how to use the internet. So these are the types of things that we're doing, and those programs have had tremendous success. California has got to have these tools, pretty much the same as a bridge or an infrastructure or schools. So our state is uniquely focused right now, the governor's office, the legislature, the state PUC, on making sure those tools are available. And I think with the recovery money, it's a tremendous, really once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to push forward our broadband infrastructure. And it's really critical to our economic development out there.